Food We Love with Linda Yu is presented by Arun's Thai Restaurant.
Hello everybody, I'm Linda Yu. Food We Love. It's a special video series that I'm doing for the Chicago Sun-Times because, just like many of you, and you guys too, food has a very special place in our hearts. Now, we've heard some amazing stories already. We've enjoyed some wonderful food from a variety of ethnic traditions, including my very own. Today, we're joined by chefs Sarah Stegner and George Bombaras of the Prairie Grass Cafe in suburban Northbrook, which I love. Okay, love going there. They worked together actually for many years at the award-winning Ritz-Carlton dining room before then deciding they would branch out on their own, taking a big chance, right, to open Prairie Grass. Now, it's a wonderful dining experience there with a big focus on sustainability, also fresh, seasonal, and local ingredients. That's very important. Sarah also helped to start the amazing Green City Market. It's a weekly farmers market you've heard about and is a city favorite here too. So welcome to both of you. Thanks for coming in today. And you are going to prepare a fish dish along with some vegetables that we can get at the restaurant.
Yep.
Right?
Yes,
we can get it at the restaurant too. And we're going to talk about why this dish is so important to you guys. But before we do that, let's talk first about why you became chefs.
I love to cook, and it was something that was very important to my family to sit around the table and have that connection, and to be part of that on a daily basis in people's lives is a great thing.
I grew up eating both Czech cuisine and Greek. Being born in Czechoslovakia, and my mother and father were Greek.
Yeah.
So I got experience of both cuisines. Later, I was in between jobs and said, let me try French cooking. So that's how it came to be. We ended up going to the same by chance, the same cooking school.
Not at the same time,
No,
though,
no,
right?
a year apart.
He was a year ahead of me.
Okay, but then you got hired to the same place.
Yeah, we
Yep.
both ended up working at the Ritz-Carlton. The basis of our relationship has been around food, so we would talk about, you know, what to put on the menu and why do you think this would work, and you know, how does it relate to what the season is.
How did the idea of, okay, we're going to leave this place that serves amazing food, how did you get from that to, oh, we're going to branch out and start out on our own and take that chance?
It took a lot of planning and thought, and it was something that I really wanted to do, and I know George did too, that we wanted to do our own thing and have control over the food we were serving completely.
Okay, so show us how we do this.
Okay,
All right.
we do the fish.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right.
Do a little switch here.
The sea salt and white pepper. I'm going to put it on the fish.
So it's
Saute it
olive
in
oil.
olive oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Olive oil goes in there, and you want the pan.
You want it nice and hot
To be hot
get
already.
a very nice sear on the fish.
And one of the important things that I learned, and tell me if this is right or wrong, okay, is that you should cook the fish on both sides. Because
Yes.
a lot of people think, like, we just cook it on one side, and then they'll say to me, I can't cook fish because it's overdone.
Yeah, you could sear a nice sear on both sides.
So it makes that wonderful sound.
You have to hear that.
You want to hear that
Crackly.
sound. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And so how long does it take? Because if you don't want your fish overcooked.
Depends on the thickness of the fish that you have. Here, this piece of fish we can finish cooking right in the pan.
But if you were to do that, you would just make sure it's seared really hot.
Sear very nice.
For just a couple of minutes.
And then give
each.
it about 5 to 10 minutes in the oven, depending how thick the piece,
And
piece
at
of
what
fish
temperature
is.
would you do that?
375, 400.
All right. So it doesn't take very long. You don't want to
No.
overcook it.
No.
Okay. So
We have celery root, beets, parsnips, and carrots. And he's going to get that hot, so when we put our dish together, it's ready.
okay.
Okay, now we roasted garlic, so it's creamy and soft, and it takes, you know, the bitterness out of it, and it's just really nice. And we don't need too much for this one serving here. And then apple cider vinegar, and a little of this local Ellis Farm honey. I'm going to put it in here. And I like to use a really good honey. I think that
That's important, huh?
too much of it, yeah. And then a touch of Dijon mustard.
And it doesn't take very much, huh? Put it all together.
The black pepper.
Okay. And then again, some sea salt.
Okay, and then I'm going to just smash up the garlic just a little bit. And I like it when it's just a little bit, you know, broken, so I'm not going to emulsify it.
Okay, so you still have, because it's been roasted, so you're not getting the real
Right, I want real
hard
chunks of those garlic.
Okay.
And then I'm just going to add olive oil
to it.
Instead of like pouring it in and trying to get it to emulsify, I like it like that. Because
Okay.
to me, you get the flavors
And then
very
as you're doing that, the
distinctive.
smell of the garlic.
It comes out, right? And that's it. That'll make a beautiful sauce that'll coat the fish and the vegetables.
Okay.
And then our greens,
Yeah.
these are pea shoots. They're from a local farm, Three Sisters Garden.
Oh, okay.
And these are her microgreens as well. Yeah.
so
I think we're almost ready
we're
here.
almost
Ready?
there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've
The
got the
vegetables are
vegetables hot. Okay.
nice and
so
hot.
I'm going to get
Okay,
a
we're gonna
platter
put
here.
it- You can get this at the restaurant. One of the reasons why we picked a dish like this is you can actually do this at home, which is a nice thing for people.
Quickly it goes, right?
If you got everything prepped.
Then a little of the dressing on
And
the...
then here we're going to put the greens on.
oh, okay.
Let's put a little bit on there. And a little of the
little
microgreens.
of
You
this
want to put
kind?
that on for me?
Sure.
And then you can sprinkle it with some of the pecans.
Okay, and put it right next
Yep,
to it?
that's fine.
Okay. So this is that, and then you've chopped it up, right? So
Yep. Mm-hmm.
they've been roasted? And then we sprinkle over the whole
Over
thing?
the whole thing, yeah. I think
Ooh.
it gives it a nice crunch.
Okay. Yum. I like a lot. More.
There you go.
There. Okay.
Okay, and then I'm just going to spread it with the garlic.
Generously.
Generously. Yeah,
Generously.
and the apple cider vinegar and the garlic is all really good for you. So it's a healthy dish that will be delicious.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay. And then, you want to try, or do I get all of this for myself?
You go
Again.
first.
Okay, I'll go first.
But make sure you get some of the vinaigrette.
Yep, yep, it's right in there. Oh, and I want to make sure I get some of the pecans in it too. So, yum.
Good? It's all yours.
All yours.
Fine. Okay. All right. So, anyway, one of the things to ask is if you go to the market, say Green City Market or your supermarket and everything, and you don't know how to cook a lot of the different kinds of vegetables, and you're just used to spinach, say, or broccoli. I mean, what do you do when you look at something like this and say, I don't know how to cook those? How do I take a chance? What do I do?
Okay, one of the most important things is to buy what's at the height of the season because
Right.
it's what's going to have the most flavor and be really at that moment.
Okay.
Should be at its best.
Yeah.
And then if you were at Green City Market, you have the great opportunity to speak directly to the farmer. And those people know how to cook.
Yeah.
They know what to do with their product. So you have access there. And we also do a cooking demo on site at Green City.
Oh.
So it's at 10:30 and it gives you an opportunity to really see what is in season and how to handle it.
And what to do with it.
And what
Gives
to
them
do
a
with
little,
Yeah. and what to do
little
with it.
explanation of how to cook different things. Yeah.
Is there one rule of thumb that you can do with virtually any kind of vegetable? Is it like clean it, chop it up, saute? What? Is there anything that you can say, any vegetable would be okay if you just did this?
Well, I mean, that can be tough. But
Yeah.
one thing that we try is I like to blanch vegetables in boiling salted water and then saute them.
And that goes for green beans, broccoli, asparagus.
So if you get it blanched ahead of time,
Right.
it's really a practical thing for a home cook too, because you can't do everything all at once. But
Yeah.
if you have your vegetables cooked,
Right.
and then you saute them in the olive oil and the salt and pepper,
Right.
at the last minute, just before you eat them,
They
it
still, because they're hot. they
And that's
taste
how you
good.
keep them nice and bright and green also, especially
And
the
then
green
squeeze a little
vegetables.
lemon on it,
Yeah.
right? Because to
Really
me, if you
nice.
do that, just squeeze a little lemon on it.
And they're really good olive
there
oil.
you go. You're the chef.
No, I'm learning. I'm learning
You
from you
are.
guys. Yeah, I'm
That's
learning from
great.
you. So thank you so much. Okay, I'm going to go off and eat this, but thank you to George and to Sarah for joining us today with their wonderful dish too. And remember, if you want to try it yourself, you go to Northbrook to the Prairie Grass Cafe or Chicago Sun-Times website, chicagosuntimes.com, and then you'll find this recipe and a whole lot more. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'll see you there for this, or my favorite is the burger, the grass-fed burger. Okay, thanks very much, you
Thank
guys.
you.
See you next time. Bye. For this yummy recipe and so much more, go to the Chicago Sun-Times website. The address is right here on your screen.